Guess. Okay, if you can guess what this card is.
Is it an ace of clubs?
You're wrong. It was a today my son asked, can I have a bookmark? 11 years old, and he still doesn't know my name is Brian. That's fun.
Yeah, so this is a good way to warm up.
You know how I warm up?
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
And then I go.
Me too. Did it earlier.
And then do you do ma me mi mo mu
Yeah,
ma me mi? Yeah, and then you keep going
yeah,
until you can't go anymore.
yeah.
Ma me mi.
No, I can go forever, so I have to stop myself when I go to sleep. Why is Peter Pan always flying?
Because Peter can.
He never lands.
Oh no. Is he okay? Go fish. Go fish. Go fish. Go fish. Go fish.
What are they?
It's my turn.
You can't just put it if you don't like it.
No, these are ones.
Done for.
These are ones that we've read. This is what I said.
You read too many of them.
You should. Okay. 3 unwritten rules of life.
1, 2, 3.
Did you have that last time?
No, it's just another one. What's a ninja's favorite type of shoes? Sneakers.
What's the best part about living in Switzerland?
The cheese.
I don't know, but the flag is a big plus.
Yeah. Yeah. What did the drummer call his twin daughters? Anna 1, Anna 2.
What was their middle names? Dogs can't operate MRI machines.
Yep.
But cats can.
Yes. Takes guts to be an organ donor.
Oh no. Alright, I need some energy.
Okay.
Wait,
One more each and then we're energized.
why did the picture go to jail? Because it was framed.
Yes. Want to hear a joke about construction? I'm still working on it. All right, here we go. Two brothers.
Daddy, Dad.
Hi, Hungries.
We're dads.
And this is the Dad vs. Dad podcast.
How you going?
Good. I'm good.
That's
How are you going?
You are so tired.
How was your week?
Yeah, good. Really good. I finished my book.
Ooh.
How to make friends and influence people.
Yep.
And now I've made 10 new friends and influenced 5 of them.
That's amazing.
Do you know what I influenced them to do?
To read the book also?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now they're going to influence you back.
Well, they might influence their own friends, and then everybody will be friends.
We'll all be influencing each other.
And no one will succeed.
No,
We'll all just step on each other's heads.
we'll all be managers.
Or manageable. A lot of it's
Yeah.
about being criticized.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's good. And not arguing. How was your week?
Yeah, pretty good. Went to Sydney yesterday.
Yeah.
Experienced some awful, inconsistent driving speeds. It's horrible. And it's not. And
Yeah.
some of them were speeding. This guy overtakes me,
Yeah.
going quite fast.
Yeah.
And like, we were both overtaking cars as we were going. And I could see him, he wasn't too far off in the distance. And then, like, because I'm on cruise control the whole time,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just cruising along at the speed limit. And then, like, he's going so slow that he's not a safe traveling distance in front of me. So I go and pull over to overtake him. Then
Yeah.
he speeds up again.
Oh,
Like,
it's
okay, whatever.
infuriating. Yeah,
Pull
that
back.
that I get.
Yeah.
That I get. Okay.
That's the problem. Anyway, we'll talk about the problems later. The mountains.
No, but
We'll
I
talk
think
about the mountains later.
finish what your week was then.
Yeah, we went to Sydney and went back again. It was good. Listened to lots of good tunes.
You're loving people interrupting you today.
Yeah.
You're really into it.
Don't like interruptions.
No. You're shit on this pod today then. Because I'm... It's
No,
like
just
all I
call you
do.
out on it. And what else happened? I worked and worked and I worked and I worked. And I started playing City Skylines again, which is basically
Yeah.
Sim City, but a million times better.
I should... No, I don't want to.
No, don't get into it. It's
No.
too amazing. How was your week?
Yeah, my week was good. So I finished that book. I started on another book. I'm now reading The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, which is very good. Apart from that, I was sick half the week.
Ugh.
Like, lost my voice and everything. You can hear it on the last episode. I was like croaky in some parts and coughing, and yeah, it was really annoying. So the remaining days of that week, I didn't have a voice. Horrible. So yeah, no, it's good to have a voice again. It's good to be back, and I'm excited about. I've got some fun mountains today. So
You are the most sick person ever.
This year has been the sickest, and not good sick, not sick brah,
Not the illest.
not the illest. So
Yeah,
it's like
crazy.
yeah, because. Well, the problem is we're like living in our own world of sickness. So I'll get sick,
Yeah.
Ellie will get sick, the kids will get sick, then I'll get sick, and then it just repeats.
And going to school doesn't help.
No.
Because everyone, last 2 years, everyone COVIDed and everyone protecting themselves and all that. So no one got sick for
Yeah.
ages.
Yeah.
Because everyone's wearing masks and stuff. There's still a lot of people who are careful, still wearing masks and that kind of thing. But somehow everyone's getting sick faster than ever.
Well, it's crazy because the amount of people I've heard this year, it's not just us.
No.
Like I've had, through work, I've heard multiple people having like 3 weeks off, especially people with kids.
Yeah.
Wipes out a family. And it's not like everyone gets it at once. It's
No.
like takes a week for the second person. So if you're a parent looking after your kids, you have 3 kids. It's
3
like
weeks off work.
5, yeah, because it's 1
Plus
week
your
for
own
you,
week.
plus the 3 kids, then
Yeah.
the husband. So
Yeah, it's a pandemic.
this is the real pandemic.
Yeah.
So no, it's been insane. We're all so sick and so sick of being sick. So
Yeah.
it's good to be healthy.
Awful.
We put together a job chart.
Ooh, that's fun.
So, and we started increasing pocket money. We started introducing pocket
Yeah.
money. We thought, yeah, okay, the kids are doing dishes and stuff. We'll give them more money. But then I thought, hang on, they're doing a lot of these jobs. I feel a bit guilty about that. We might shuffle it so the parents get included in, helping cook dinner with the kids. And then days where we will just cook dinner, me and Ellie.
Get pocket money?
No, we don't. So the kids are doing less jobs and getting more money. And we're doing more work and more tired.
A good time to be a kid.
Yeah, I feel like we screwed ourselves on this one.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I've been trying to introduce more jobs and pocket money, but I keep forgetting.
Also,
Pocket money's like 20 cents.
yeah,
Um,
you wait.
but she's got a little piggy bank just chock full of coins.
See, that's rad.
Yeah.
But does she have the concept of spending money yet?
Yeah.
She does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, from birthday money and that kind of thing. And at her mum's place, they used her money to buy something important.
See, and that's really cool.
Yeah.
It's such a great teaching moment because they learn the value of money, but they also they get cautious after they've spent it. They go, oh man, I wish I didn't buy this crappy thing.
Yeah.
Now the kids are just spending their money on V-Bucks or TP coins on Dragon Ball Xenoverse and...
Yep.
Vera did a good one the other week. She says to Jez, oh, maybe we could buy a new game today. And he goes, not today. We don't have the money for it. And she goes, maybe Stacy can instead.
Yeah. It is funny. You do get that a lot.
Yeah.
I got actually. So speaking of money, we have been talking about a few things lately, and because of the money stuff, we started talking about how Rusty lost his first teeth, and we were like, "Yeah, okay, that's fine." And then somehow we got onto the topic of Ellie keeps the teeth. Did you keep Vera's teeth?
No, she hasn't lost any yet, and I won't. I will not be keeping teeth.
Do you think Vera's mum will be?
I don't think so.
No.
I think that concept grossed her out too.
Yeah, I think it's a bit weird.
Yeah.
My mum kept mine even when I had them surgically removed at 18. She says to the surgeon, "Oh, can I just have them? I've got all the others."
Oh. I remember, I can't remember, we were cleaning out something with Mum, and she found a little locket thing.
Yeah.
Opens up, oh, gross, Adrian's first tooth. Throws it out.
That's so amazing.
Why did I keep this? Why did I think this was a good idea?
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I think, it's like a young mum, you think it's so special.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, you know what? I remember finding an envelope and it said Kevin's hair, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I opened it, and I'm like, there's hair, and just sprinkled it. And I think I vacuumed it up. Yeah. So anyway, we were talking about how Ellie collected Rusty's first teeth and Rusty's lock of hair. And Opie was like, I'm going to sneak in there and I'm going to steal it. And then Ellie goes, did you know the older a teddy gets, the faster it burns? Saying that she's going to threaten to burn his favourite teddy. And that was the funniest thing that Ellie's ever said.
Pretty funny. Pretty funny.
I laughed. Yeah.
It was good.
You know, hey, when you go into the country, right? Have you ever had those like old-fashioned people where they finish a conversation and they just sit in silence for a moment, and it's like a normal thing? And then all of a sudden,
Well, sometimes it's good to reflect on what was just spoken about.
I feel so uncomfortable doing that in a room with like one other person. I just feel like yeah, if you're having a conversation, there's time to reflect. But if you're just sitting there, like the conversation dies and you're both sitting there silently, it just feels like, no, I need to keep this going. I need, like, where's the next thing? Who's saying what's next? Whose turn is it?
Yeah.
Like, there's a panic involved.
Oh, you walk away.
Just
You just walk away. And you say, conversation over, and then walk away.
we're done.
Yeah. Okay, I have a bunch of newses.
Can I ask one question first?
What?
It is, so it's technically news, but I didn't copy the news article. I just kept the statement that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
So Steve Irwin's son, I think it's Robert, yeah. There's a maths star, so Married After First Sight.
Oh.
Married at First Sight. She's 29 years old, and she said, "Man, you're so handsome." Now, Robert Irwin is now 18 years old. Online, there's people going, "You are disgusting, hitting on a child."
Yeah.
This kid's 18.
Yeah.
Is that an inappropriate age gap?
How old's she?
29.
No, well, it depends. Like, I think it's inappropriate age to be, like, lecturing onto people online and, like, that kind of thing. I think if you just somehow a relationship naturally sparked there,
Okay, hang
that
on.
would probably be fine.
Hang on. She said, "Oh my God, you're so
Yeah, that's
handsome."
inappropriate.
She didn't say, "Oh my God, I want to suck that D." It was,
Oh, no, I guess
you're
no, that's
handsome.
fine. That's fine. That's perfectly
Yeah.
fine. It's perfectly fine to just compliment someone's appearance of any age. It doesn't even matter if
Unless you're in an office and talking about
Oh,
someone who's
yeah, then-
bald.
and you're not allowed to say anything in an office. But
Yeah.
no, I think Yeah, commenting on someone's appearance is fine. I think you should be able to comment both ways, though. Like, oh, you grew up ugly. Something like that, you know? That would be fine.
But I'm talking about specifically the age gap. So, Stacey, your ears peaked when you said that is gross. I want to hear your opinion on this.
Because a lot of people jumped on that bandwagon and saying, well, if it was the other way around, it would be completely fine.
No.
It's not. And her defense also was the age of consent is 16. Why are you also grossed out about it? Like, because it was an odd thing.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. She is 48. Let's just put it this way, right?
Okay.
Let's say he's 29. She's 48.
Again, though, she just said he was handsome. This wasn't a relationship thing. So the age.
So why are
really
people online? Why are people online
because
so?
People online are the dumbest people.
They
on
might
the planet.
actually be,
Yeah.
but that's what I mean. If it was that age difference, like both of them a little bit more mature, there'd be no issue. But the fact is, this lady's 29, he's 18, and all of a sudden, that is disgusting. How dare you?
Well,
It
she
would
was
be-
also famous on Maths. She was the one who was outed for having an OnlyFans account.
Don't
So a
all
lot
of them?
people out,
That
well,
has
they do
nothing-
now.
I don't
shouldn't
know.
The
matter.
whole thing was that like someone shamed her for having an OnlyFans account. So there's probably some sort of view by the public that she's a filthy porn star.
See, but I know people with OnlyFans. That
Right?
doesn't.
But this still
It's
has
not
nothing
bad.
to do with
It's
what happened, which was if she complimented someone's appearance, which isn't. That's not a move to sleep with them or.
That's what I
start
mean.
a
Yeah, but
relationship
that's
with
but
them or
all these.
anything.
Yeah, I think you're right. People on the internet are idiots.
Yeah,
There was a lot of other comments going, of course he's handsome. Have you seen his dad? Crikey!
Yeah.
I saw his dad wrestling a croc. Yeah.
No, that's a dumb story.
I'm sad now. Yeah. Okay. Give me your news.
I'll give you an even dumber story.
Okay.
Do you like all the features that your car has? Like to say the radio or...
Oh, no, I think my car is definitely aged.
No, but do you love... Okay, anyway. That doesn't matter.
No, I need to know what you're talking about.
So, BMW has introduced subscription services for some of the features in the car.
Oh.
So, for $18 a month, you can unlock the heated seats that already exist in your car. They're in the car when you buy it.
That's ridiculous.
Comes with heated seats, but you can only use them if you pay $18 a month or $180 a year.
Didn't I whinge about well, no, I whinged about marketing, which, to be fair, I could have made a better argument on that. But, yeah, subscription, really?
Yeah, and so they've only introduced it on the heated seats at the moment, but they could do everything, like your stereo, like you've got like 7.1 surround.
Yeah.
You only get front and rear speakers. You got the 7.1, that's an extra $30 a month. Like it's crazy because they're putting these features into every car. So it's costing the people making the car the exact same amount of money for every car they're building.
But the company is earning that money back over time. It's a long-term expense.
No, they are now.
But they would also have to still do maintenance on the item.
For the ones who opt out of the heated seats, they've installed heated seats that no one's paying for. Obviously, just buying the car more than covers the cost of the heated seats.
Have you sat in heated seats, though?
Yes, I love them.
It is the most comfortable thing ever.
Yeah.
So I got a lift home from a workmate, and she was like, yeah, no, your seat's not wet. You're just getting heated seats. I'm
Yeah.
like, it is so comfortable.
I always, when I had the AMG that had the heated seats,
Yeah.
I always turn it on the passenger one. Like, they wouldn't know. I'm like, does this have a heated seat? Like, I thought I wet myself with the... Like, yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the best.
I would never have thought that would be a comfort that I want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It
Like,
sounds like over the top. Like,
who cares if
no.
you're sitting in a chair and it warms up? The heater comes out here.
Yeah.
No, you need it on your
Ah,
butt.
it's so good.
It's so comfortable.
But yeah, imagine and that's just their first introduction of this thing. They're gonna, and hopefully this doesn't spread to other car companies who are thinking like, let's do
Yeah.
this. Like, because
I mean, the thing is, though, if you're going to do that, you need to find something that's worth putting in your car that's a subscription. You know what I mean? Like, heated seats is fine, but it's a stupid thing. It's like, fine, I will just go buy a car that has heated seats that I don't pay for a subscription.
Yeah, you just go to Audi or Mercedes. And yeah, thank you.
Like, you don't want to buy a car that you have to pay for an ongoing subscription just to have the comfort of a car with the technology of that age.
Yeah, if they're the only manufacturers who do this, it'll crush them.
If you were to, like, I think if it was like a built-in like turbo switch or something, that's a subscription that people go for.
Electric cars will be able to do, like, because you'll be able to unlock
the
faster motor and that kind of thing. Because a lot of Teslas, they're basically the same, but this has these things unlocked on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there's like a mod in there that you would be able to change. So that's really clever.
Well, so in my car, I own the car and I have access to everything in it. Everything it's capable of,
yes,
I can do with it now. I don't need to pay extra to unlock something. I guess like I could pay extra for a bigger turbo or something.
Yeah, so you'd install and then, but I mean, if you think...
something already in the car.
Let's say there's a person who loves that car. They want the Tesla, but they don't want the turbo. But the one that has the turbo looks better. They could unlock that subscription to say, well, I love this car. I just don't want the turbo. I like feeling safe. Yeah. What?
Electric cars don't have turbos.
Well, I don't know.
But anyway, the faster.
Yeah, the faster one. So it's just like unlocking that capability for those speedheads who are like, no, I want to get off this light way quicker.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
If people do. But like, it's different when your car doesn't already have that.
No.
Like every other car, it already has everything it can do.
I think it's ridiculous.
Weird having cars that like you have to pay to unlock things or whatever rather than just it being a setting.
But I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to have something that you can put in. Like,
that's what I mean.
But it has to be worth the subscription cost. Heated seats is not something,
no.
You know what I mean?
It shouldn't ever be like that, even if it's something worth it, like the speakers or indicators. Like,
maybe that's why BMW drivers don't indicate. They're like, wasn't going to pay for that subscription.
Yeah.
They've had it forever.
Yeah, exactly. But it could, it's ridiculous. It doesn't matter that, heated seats are a luxury, so it doesn't matter so much. The problem is that they could start introducing it to things that do matter more, or like better speakers, or that kind of thing.
Weird that they're trialing it on seats, though. That was their first.
No, well, because it is kind of like a luxury thing that some people could do without.
And that's
so it's like kind of testing the waters, see if people will pay the subscription, I guess.
Man, and there's going to be some rich guys that are like, absolutely, I can do that.
Oh, yeah.
18 a month is wild, though, considering you can have hours and hours of entertainment on the couch for Netflix for like $10 a month.
Yeah, you get Netflix and Disney and all ones.
You could pay for like 3 different movie, TV, everything services from the comfort in your home.
And you could buy a seated blanket.
Heated blanket to sit on. I got a heated throw. I'll just sit on that. It's still cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
not in my BMW though.
It is madness.
Yeah. Never liked BMW.
No, they're awful. Do you have more news? Oh, wait, I've got news similar along those lines. It's car news.
Okay, let's stick with the cars.
So in the EU, they are implementing a thing so that any new car sold has to have a speed regulator in it, so that it is impossible to speed. You can only go the speed limit anywhere ever, which kind of makes sense. Like,
I mean, it's a safety feature.
Yeah, so I'm not really necessarily. I would hate that, but I'm not outraged about it. Like, I don't think it'll come here to Australia, but they will have that. If your car showroom currently has cars without it, you can still sell them, but by 2024, it'll be impossible to buy a new car without.
See, that is, I don't like that. Yeah. I think there's certain times when you have to breach a speed limit.
Sometimes you
For
might
safety.
have to. There can be emergency
safety.
times where you do have to.
Like, what if every car that's coming out has it, it's like,
Well, and you can really troll people. Like, you slow down in front of them, and they try and get around. You go to the speed limit. They can't overtake you because...
oh, how many bloody tailgaters are there going to be?
Yeah.
It's going to be so many rear ends from impatient drivers sitting on inconsistent speeds.
Yeah, and you can't get away from them.
No.
You're stuck
That's it.
exactly in front of them.
And it's one of those things, like, the amount of times that I've, like, gone to overtake someone and you just have to push it that extra bit because they're either going too slow or it's not safe to be behind them or not safe to, like, just drive the speed limit next to them to overtake.
Yeah. Or they speed up a bit because they're inconsistent speeds.
I get really pissed off with Ellie's driving with the fact that when she goes into the right lane, it's only ever to overtake.
That's when you should go.
But if you're planning ahead to turn right, but there's no room or it's peak hour traffic, what would you suggest?
So it depends on the road. On highways and stuff, always stay left.
Always. So what if you're turning right ahead? So for example,
It depends how far ahead. Like if it's at the next light or two ahead, then I'd shunk over. And it really depends on how busy the road is. If I know there's a particularly busy road, it's going to be hard to shunk over later.
You sit in there, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I do.
Yeah.
But Ellie doesn't do that. She's like, no, you're not supposed to drive in the right lane. I'm like, you're right. That's because there's so many like inconsistent, inconsiderate drivers in Canberra.
Yeah.
Like Canberra's the worst for it. They're all entitled.
But in Dad, he's the opposite. He only ever goes in the right-hand lane because he wants to be in the fast lane. But he drives under the speed limit. So like...
But he also tailgates and he also...
Oh, he does. He is a tailgater. Dad,
Yeah,
you're
like
a tailgater.
Tailgater. You're a gator. Dad abuse.
What was your other news?
All right, I'll give you it. So I haven't even given you a news.
Yeah, you did.
No.
Anything.
I just told
Indy's brother.
Bindy's brother. Bindhead. Bindhead. All right. Now, this one's disgusting.
Ooh.
And it's something apparently that came out on a different podcast ages ago.
I thought we were trying to be more wholesome.
We are.
Okay.
Okay, but I can't go past the news without seeing something like this and go, what are you doing?
Okay.
So, do you know what vabbing is?
I knew that was going to be it when you're like, this is disgusting. I'm like, yep. I knew that was what you were going to say.
Of course I know what vabbing is.
All right, well, I don't
Everyone knows what vabbing is.
Have you ever vabbed?
Hell, I've been vabbing for years. No, what's vabbing? What's vabbing?
That's truly disgusting.
So,
What is vabbing? I do not know. I've never vabbed. Well, I maybe have. I don't know what it is yet. Let's find out if I've ever vabbed.
so there's a viral trend going on with TikTok where females are putting their fingers inside themselves
In their nose?
putting their natural pheromone perfumes.
Like wiping their boogers all over themselves?
No. Vaginal juices.
Oh.
So you haven't vabbed?
No, I haven't.
No.
Not with, well, I don't have a vagina.
But with your butt.
Yeah. Do like a poop vabbing.
So yeah, there's a trend going on. And then there's people who are saying, well, it doesn't actually work. I think it's disgusting. If you're walking around
Yeah.
with bloody bits on your head,
Yeah.
go away.
Yeah. It's it's not usually the most pleasant smell.
Anyway, vabbing is that.
Yeah.
And I just thought it's disgusting. What if you were walking around and you thought the smell of cat urine was all right? So you'd
attract a lot of cats.
Yeah. So what if you wanted to be like the cat whisperer?
That's a good idea.
Yeah?
I'm going to go get your cat's pee and put it all over my face. See if cats come visit.
They'll probably come and piss all over you.
No, this is my territory.
All right. Do you have another news?
I do. So, a man in, I think, England, was charged £100 for going to McDonald's twice in one day.
What?
Yeah, he went to McDonald's twice, fined $200.
Fined?
Yep.
Fined?
No, £100, sorry.
Charged? Fined?
Fined.
Fined?
Fined £100.
Why?
Yeah, so he went to McDonald's in the morning to
Yeah.
get his morning cuppa. Got his coffee and everything, got back in his car, drove to work, had his day at work, comes back to Macca's on the way home,
Yeah.
gets a burger or whatever, then notice he's got a parking fine. So whoever they checked the parking there, he was noted as being there in the morning and then there 8 hours later. So it was like he was parked there for 8 hours kind of thing. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. So he was pretty frustrated.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Yeah.
I've been away from Macca's all day. What
Yeah.
are you talking about?
Such a dodgy scam.
I'm going to say that. If I ever get a parking fine, I'll be like, I parked here this morning. I drove away.
Yeah.
I found the same park I parked. You got me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that could, like, some brown bombers, they call them.
Brown
the guys
bombers.
that give you parking tickets.
Like,
Because sometimes, like, a lot of them do a different thing. Some of them have an app. They'll take a picture or whatever. I don't know if they still do it. They used to, like, draw a little bit of chalk on one of your wheels.
yeah.
So if, like, they drew your chalk on one of your wheels and you drive to somewhere else where someone else is drawing chalk on the wheels and they see your chalk and go, he's been here for over an hour.
I would sign it with my name just to make sure. Kevin. I drew a smiley face on my wheel the other day when I did all the chalk drawings.
Oh, yeah.
It's still there.
I didn't draw anything extra on any of the chalk pictures on my way up the stairs today.
All right.
In case you're suspicious about something on the stairs. It must have been one of your kids.
Naughty.
Those darn kids.
You know what?
What?
I haven't read it properly yet, but I've been informed it says fun, but there's an FU in the tree.
Where?
In the tree out the front.
Oh.
OP was like, OP was like, I wrote fun.
I think it's pretty cute that you wrote thank you on the letterbox.
Yeah, that was me.
That's so wholesome.
I really imagine like doing a tough day's work and you see a thank you and a smiley face.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then on the veranda it says have a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like wholesome things.
What's your next news?
My next news. My next news is getting a scarf. Okay, so actually, have you seen these videos going around of people passing out random acts of kindness?
No, I haven't seen current videos of that. But
so
that seems like an old thing, like that's always been a...
Well, what they're doing is they're like walking up to people and they're like, I just want to, sorry, what was that? And then they pay for their shopping.
Yeah.
And then they walk off.
Well, I'm just gonna.
And then
I need
they
to fix that machine, and then he swipes his.
Yeah.
Card. Yeah.
And then there's other people where he'll walk up and be like, sorry, can you just hold these, and hands them some flowers and does up their shoe and then walks away.
Yeah.
And wouldn't you think that's really sweet?
Sometimes, yeah.
Not Marie in Melbourne. So Marie in Melbourne says she felt dehumanized. So that is the exact same scenario that happened for this lady.
To be fair, she is just a piece of content to these people.
Yes.
They probably get hundreds of dollars for these videos for all the views they're getting.
Yeah.
All at the cost of like maybe $20 of the shopping that they do.
Yeah.
And so there's this person is just like just a piece of internet content to these people.
Well, the way that they portrayed her was she was a sad, lonely old woman. She was some woman who sat down to have her alone time. You know, she's out shopping. She's done her day.
Yeah.
She sat down. There's a young bloke who comes over. Sorry, ma'am, can you just hold these? And she's like, sure.
Yeah.
Holds them. And then he walks off.
Yeah.
She tried to have a bit of chit chat. Oh, who are these? Who's the special lady? And he's like, oh, someone very special. And then he walks off. And
Yeah.
she's sitting there like, I saw these assholes filming over there. I'm definitely going on the net.
Yeah.
So she feels really unhappy, uncomfortable. And the look on her face, they made her say, like, they made it feel like she was really sad.
Yeah.
But she was just confused and annoyed.
Yeah.
Don't be kind. Don't do this stuff.
Or be genuinely kind. Don't film yourself doing it. Just do nice stuff.
Yeah, just, you know, if you have to film yourself giving these flowers,
Yeah. And
it's not a genuine random act of kindness. It's a random act of kindness through content.
and they do it in a prank manner.
Yeah.
Like they're like, "Oh, tricked you! I paid for your shopping." Like it's not. It's like, oh, it's a bit of a joke in there as well. Like it's not. You're not being genuinely nice or kind.
I hate it. I think one of the best, most wholesome stories I've heard was that Steve Buscemi during 9/11,
Bescamy.
Bescami.
Steve Bescamy.
No, it's Buscemi.
No, it's Bescamy.
It's Buscemi.
It's
I'm gonna-
Buscemi.
it's
Buscemi.
Not
Oh,
Buscemi.
fucking
It's
hell.
Bescamy.
Stevie B, who appears in Adam Sandler films and
guy.
others. Buscemi eyes. Go on to Google and type in Buscemi eyes.
Oh, it's the best.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, I know
Steve
it's-
Buscemi,
Yeah.
during 9/11, dropped what he was doing and went and helped the firefighters because he was an ex-firefighter.
Yeah.
He didn't post it anywhere. He didn't give the information to anyone. He just went and helped because that was what he felt was right to do.
Yeah.
As an actor and a comedian and doing what he naturally does,
Yeah.
this isn't important anymore. That really is. That's a wholesome thing.
Yeah.
Random acts of kindness being filmed is not wholesome. It's
No.
not sweet.
It could, like, they could make it a nice, sweet thing, but they don't. It is just a couple seconds to make the content, and
You know what? If it's
they get their views out of it, they get their money out of it, and they, in their mind, they've won morality points because they've done a nice thing. They're the good guys.
Man, I hope everyone on the internet really sees how nice of a person I am.
Yeah.
If it is in the motion of doing a random act of kindness to do the random act, then that's fine.
You don't have to put a joke around it as well, like a
Yeah.
sneaky, they were for you all the whole time. Yeah.
No, you're a dick, mate.
Hate it.
How dare you give that old woman flowers? She was not happy and she deserves an apology. And then his response was, anyone who's not happy with it can feel free to email me. This old lady doesn't have email.
Yeah.
Like,
And-
how's about make it accessible for everybody?
It should be an unfilmed apology. So he doesn't get
Oh,
the,
yeah,
He
absolutely.
doesn't get the little extra morality filming it for his content. I'm
And
really
you know
sorry
what?
you weren't happy
Delete
with
the video. If she's expressed that she's unhappy, delete it.
that. Yeah, definitely.
And give her the cash that you earned from it.
Yeah.
Because she didn't consent from it. Your wholesome act hasn't inspired millions of people.
Delete your channel.
Delete your channel.
Delete yourself. Nah, don't.
No.
Don't do that.
Don't ever
delete
do that.
yourselves.
No, I don't like deleting people's selves.
No.
What's your next news?
That's it.
Oh, yay. I've got one last thing. More of a statement of a news, which is fun.
Ooh.
Builders got the wrong house and accidentally renovated my kitchen.
That's the best.
What's even better,
Whoops.
workers came to the wrong house again and renovated my kitchen. So apparently it's not the first time it's happened.
But did
Someone's
she stop
gone...
them at any point, or just
Yeah, she was like, she walks in and goes, guys, what are you doing?
stop this? And like one of the builders just picks her up and carries her out. You can't be here.
This is the work zone, lady. Didn't you see the sign?
Yeah.
But
It's just a random act of kindness.
see, it wasn't even filmed. Yeah. So this lady's like, it happened another time where they redid the garden. I reckon she's got a secret admirer, hey.
Yeah.
It's like her husband keeps buying stuff and doesn't tell her.
Yeah.
Or she's not listening when he tells her. She's like,
Did you kick the builders out again?
How did they get in?
she was like, we live in a safe neighborhood. I leave the door unlocked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just lock your door. Builders are coming into everywhere these days.
A lot of people do that. Just like in some places, they just leave their house unlocked.
It's
Not by
insane.
accident.
It freaks me out.
Oh, yeah, same.
I mean, Canberra is a fairly safe place, but there's certain places that I just go, you know what? It takes one time for someone to walk in.
Yeah.
And if I'm paying like content insurance or anything and I leave the door unlocked, I'm not entitled to any of that.
Yeah.
So just lock your doors. Yeah.
Some fun. It might have been a meme. I can't remember.
Okay.
I saw somewhere. But this guy said to his neighbor the next day. He's like, "Why do you lock your door? This is a pretty safe neighborhood." He's like, "How did you know my door was locked?" But, "Oh, I came by the other day to say hello." Like,
Because you're trying to enter my house.
Yeah.
Let me
Ugh, creepy.
Barry, are you home?
Yeah. Why? Just stay out of other people's home.
Yeah, it's wild. Just
Even if you're invited, just stay outside.
do you remember, like, back when we were kids, it was kind of normal to just, like, ride to a friend's house, knock on the door. Hey, is this person home? Hey. And now if you were to do that as an adult and just rock up to someone's house, it's like, what are you doing? I have a phone.
I never did that. I always called and made sure I was invited or invite them over or...
Well, Opie's friends come over sometimes and they just knock and I'm like, yeah, cool. He's got a phone now, so why don't you just message him, bud?
Yeah.
Now they just rock up and I'm like, just message him.
Yeah.
So, like, you don't know if I'm screaming at him or not.
Yeah. I could be in the middle of lecturing him. I'm a dad here.
Yeah. It's just one of those things. And sometimes he's a bit like, I don't feel like hanging out with friends. I just want to go and, like, play Switch or hang out with you guys. Or he's a pretty family kid, so.
Yeah, cool.
It is time for the mountain or molehill.
Yes, Mountain and Molehill time. That was a pretty good intro song.
Do you reckon we should do, like, all right, you do a beat.
I can't.
Okay, I'll do a beat.
Okay. You have to do the singing as well.
Mountain or molehill. Mountain or molehill. Mountain or molehill. Mountain or a molehill.
All right, Mountain and Molehill. We bring in our grievances or our mountains and argue over whether they are mountains or just molehills.
And people are voting on whether they are actual mountains of issues or molehills, and we're just whingers.
And last week, the biggest mountain was inconsistent speed on highways.
I'm not opposed to it. I don't disagree with it. I just think there's bigger mountains.
Of course, there are bigger mountains, but this was the biggest mountain last week, and it is huge. And I experienced it again last weekend.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yep.
Going to Sydney, and it was awful. So many inconsistent speeders on the highways. And that's a double lane one, too. I thought it would be less annoying because, you could just shunk around them.
Yeah.
But no, because it's the speeders who are also inconsistent. The people who speed
Yeah,
off
they
and then
are.
they
Yeah.
back in your face. It's awful.
Super annoying.
And what was the molehill? What molehill did you try to make a mountain out of? It was the weird non-consensual ads.
And you know what? It started off as marketing.
I think
Non-consensual marketing, not advertising.
Okay.
Advertising is like promoting a thing. Marketing is like the information. It's a very different thing.
Yes,
So
it is because you brought it in so confusing. It was effectively
Did.
5 different mountains that you tried to wrap into one.
I was just really upset about this one thing. I couldn't contain
it. Should have been that one thing. You
Should have
should have focused on that one thing.
Oh,
I think there was a lot of good mountains in there,
Yeah,
but you just messed it up.
I
right?
did. I
Yeah.
did. And then at the end, you're like, should we call it advertising? Yeah, we'll call it advertising. And I was too overwhelmed to correct you.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Although we both need a correction this week. I expected you to make so much fun of me for using the wrong aisle in the vote.
but
for
then
the aisle
I
votes.
actually wrote it in the video too.
Yeah, so we both used the wrong aisle.
So what is that? Oh, that's like something
landmass.
aisle landmass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
not
okay.
a supermarket aisle.
Sorry, everybody, for the confusion. Like maybe that's aisle hogs. Like
That's why it wasn't voted the
Billionaires buying
highest.
too many islands, you hogs.
Yeah.
Damn you, Richard Branson.
So I guess
And the other two
I dealt
pretty evenly distributed.
I dealt with another aisle hog today. So I went through Coles.
Yeah.
And there was a family. And look, for me, when I have the kids in a store, I will always pull them all to one side, like
Yeah.
ducks. You
Yeah.
pull them in a line,
Yeah.
you let them follow you. And one will sneak out and you go, no.
Yeah.
You know,
Make room for the others.
yeah.
Yeah.
Always watch out for other people.
Yeah.
And it's hard with ADHD kid.
Yeah.
So, it's constant. It's annoying. It drives us nuts. So half the time we actually don't take the kids all out at once. I went through Coles. There's a lady with her trolley sideways in the middle of the biggest aisle.
Yeah.
2 kids, dad, other kid, lady, trolley. There is no room.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, what is this? Why
Yeah.
are you all spread out like that? And why is there a kid like,
Yeah.
it is infuriating.
Did
So
they pull everything over as you got closer, or you didn't bother?
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
That's not an aisle hog then. That's.
But in my head, I'm going, how am I going to get through this? It was the fear of having to do that. Like,
Oh.
am I going to push the kid or am I going to push the trolley?
See, I walk through aisles with like a kind of, I feel like a determined looking walk. That if anyone sees me coming, they think if I don't move my person or my trolley out of the way, this person's just going to ignore me
Knock
and
you
bowl me
down.
over. You should always look like you're about to attack someone.
Well, I guess so. To be fair, I was walking through. I had a basket full of things. My other hand was pulling up my pants because
Yeah,
they were falling down.
that is not a determined look.
No,
not
I
intimidating.
am struggling in every position.
This guy's going to be a while. We can take up the whole aisle a little longer.
Let him know that if he falls, the trolley's in his way. He'll be fine.
Yeah, so yeah, still a bit of a molehill. Vote up inconsistent speeds on highways again.
And never vote for the Macca's thing. What a dumb idea. No one's buying Macca's.
Yeah. Oh, and Macca's again. I did have Macca's yesterday as well. It printed the receipt. I was really happy.
I'll bet.
And the number
I-
came up, and I thought of you straight away.
Yeah. I was looking at the number intently, just in case it didn't print. Just staring at the number, and then it printed. I heard the printer. Like, oh, phew.
It was I-78 too. I made sure to remember it. Or 178, sorry.
Nice.
Yep.
Mountain or Molehill?
Mountain or Molehill? What's your mountain?
I'll go first this time. So this time my first mountain is public toilets.
Ooh, you know what? I use some pretty good ones on the highway.
Okay. All right.
What's your problem with them?
Well, let's say the majority of them. Okay. Because when you go to a bad one, it deters you from a lot of them.
Oh, bad ones. I use a lot of them. I'm an avid public toilet user.
Really?
So yeah, I've experienced all sorts.
No.
I know a bad one is bad. They're really bad, but I'd say majority of them are okay.
Okay. There's always piss on the floor.
Not always.
Always.
Not always.
Every time.
Not every time. Often. I'll give
I
you
would
that.
say almost all of them. They all smell gross.
Yeah.
I can't poo in them. I won't poo
I'll
in
poo
public.
in them.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. Never.
Where do you poo?
My pants. I'd prefer to keep it on myself. I put it in my pocket and save it for later.
Yeah.
If I go to the toilet at work, it's fine because it's not like a public toilet. It's a building's toilet,
Yeah.
and that's fine. But if it's something like, oh, I just got to race to the loo. Nah, no way. Nah, I'm not sitting on that. I feel weird. I'll hold this. There's always like the needle spots.
Yeah.
Where and especially like if you go to a playground and you have to use the public toilets outside, they always feel like you're in a prison.
I'm super grateful those needle spots exist.
Well, yes.
Like, they should be in absolutely every toilet ever, because I'd much rather see the box than see syringes all around.
Yes. Okay, well, that makes sense.
Also, some people, like...
Diabetics.
They need to use them.
I love how you're here. Diabetes, they don't use it here.
Some of them might.
It's here.
I don't know. I'm not a diabetes. I'm a heroin.
All right. Anyway, public toilets, I think they are disgusting. I get the need for them, but I could not. I just think go at home and then use them.
Yeah,
Rusty.
You're right. Let's get rid of all public toilets.
Rusty is every time we go out.
Yeah.
It's like he sees the sign and goes, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
It's like he has an objective to go and visit every single one. And he collects them.
Yeah, and kids need to go a lot. We really need public toilets.
We need them.
A public service.
So I think they should just be better than what they are. Have you been to the ones that are in the playgrounds and stuff?
Some of them, not many, but they're okay.
The toilets where it's like the metal toilet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes.
Feels like you're in a prison.
That's fine.
And then the mirror.
Well, because anyone can go in there. Sometimes kids bang around in those prison toilets. They're super sturdy. Like, they can take a real beating. You get the porcelain ones. If a kid hits that with a skateboard, it's shattered.
Yes.
Whereas like hits the steel one, it's just a bit of a ding in the side.
Okay, so arsehole kids are the reason that we have crappy prison toilets.
Well,
and then the mirrors are this metal plate of reflective metal.
Sometimes, yeah.
And you think like, do I really look that stretched?
Yeah. No, I think toilets are great. And yeah, some of them are bad, but that is society's the problem. Don't blame the toilets.
Well, we don't have enough people.
Society as your molehill.
We don't have enough people to maintain the toilets to a respectable level often enough.
They're pretty well maintained. If people were better, they would be better.
I think they're disgusting.
Yeah, because of people.
Yeah, but they're not. You can't
and
say.
Not always.
You can't. If there's a object out in the open and it's a bit crappy, it's generally because someone has made it a bit crappy.
Yeah.
Not. So you could say society in general is the problem for almost everything that is public.
Yeah.
No.
Don't blame the public toilets. They have to be clean. They're like, sure, often they're
the mountain
bad.
of the issue is the fact that they aren't maintained properly and they're yuck.
They've got to be maintained like daily because they've almost always have. No, they have to be.
They're yuck.
No, I mean they clearly are because they'd be way grosser if they weren't, and they always have toilet paper. It's pretty rare you pop into one and there's no toilet paper in there. Someone's putting that toilet paper in.
I do think that.
Yeah, someone.
And then the arsehole kids just piss over the lot of the toilet paper, so you got this crinkled yuck.
I have seen that once, and I use toilets a lot. I'm a real toilet guy. So, yeah, that's a silly molehill.
Public toilets are the mountain number one for Kevin.
Okay. My mountain is people who don't read the manual. Like, too proud to read the manual. For anything. You buy anything. I get it. You've used a toaster. You know how they work. But still, you just peep in the manual. You might see some cool pro tips or some fancy thing this toaster does that you didn't know. Or some fun tricks with the microwave you didn't know. Just read it.
For example.
That's stupid.
You think no one should read manuals? Everyone should just go around pouring water in their toasters.
What toaster says pour water in me?
No, exactly. They don't.
They don't because they've used a toaster. They don't need to read the manual. It's not a water toaster.
Okay, not just toasters.
Is this a toaster or a kettle?
Everything.
It has the two holes. I will not put water in this.
They might if they've never read the manual.
Oh, no, I've never read a manual for a toaster.
No, okay,
why
not
did you
just for
use the example of a toaster?
Because a toaster is like the least thing someone should read a manual for. But there are other things, obviously.
This is possibly the
Microwaves.
worst mountain.
How many people's houses do you walk to and their microwave is 0000 on the clock?
Because it's not that big of an issue.
No, because they don't know how to set it.
Because when there's an outage, you have to reset it and you go, Fuck it.
Yes, thank you,
I just
Kevin.
can't be bothered. I'm not going to reset this every time there's an outage.
Because you don't really know how. You have to press all the buttons because you didn't read the manual.
You know what mine generally says? 0001 because I stop it just before the last beep.
Yeah.
So, you know what? This is such a molehill.
Did you read the manuals for these microphones?
I didn't need to. It was plug and play.
You probably should have.
Why?
Because
Why? Is it not suiting you sufficiently?
No, they're fine, but
am I not using it to the advantages that it has?
maybe
Are your pops not filtered enough?
there could be a nice little extra feature on these that you didn't know about.
What?
I don't know.
I have a very good mixer that this
Did you
all
use
runs
the
through.
manual for it?
I did have to use a few. No, actually, no, I didn't.
You should have.
Because YouTube exists.
That's why you don't know how to use it properly.
Yeah, it's very big, the manual.
Yeah, well,
I don't understand what a thing is.
Okay, looking up videos on how to use a thing is kind of reading the manual.
No,
for
it's
people who
not at
can't
all.
read.
It's watching it. It's not. I don't look up videos to look at how to use a toaster.
I'm not saying just for toasters, but you should read it for everything.
If there is a video on how to use a toaster, I am putting the link on this video.
There should be video, and a specific model and stuff, because different models have different features. Look up your own toaster, the video for that one.
Kmart?
See if someone's without a video for that.
I don't think there's certain objects need to, okay? I agree with
Yeah.
that. But if you used toaster as an example,
That was one example. Okay,
Toaster.
Let's say TVs, because I guarantee you didn't read the manual on your TV.
I did.
Oh, good boy. See, you are
But I had to set up the
part
remote.
of the solution.
I
You're
had
a
to-
good boy. You read the manuals.
I had to set up the remote. And you know what? You will always read a manual on?
What?
A universal remote.
Yeah, because it's complicated.
Very. You have to learn the codes.
Yeah. I guarantee most people just plug their TV in, turn it on. Yeah, it works. They're missing out on, it turns out it's a Wi-Fi TV with smart capabilities. But instead, they've got a bloody Chromecast plugged in the
So
back.
a lot of things will actually prompt you with auto prompts now. Like the TV was very direct.
Because people were so stupid they didn't read the manuals. So now they have
Because
to
they
give
do.
you a playthrough wizard every time
You
you
know
open
how
everything.
pointless manuals are? Now they actually, some devices don't put it in there. They just say, to download the manual, find it here.
Because idiots
Because it's
wouldn't
not
read them.
essential.
It is.
No.
And that's why every game has a stupid, long, boring tutorial because people don't read the manual. Before, you just read the manual. Cool, I know how to play this game now. You jump in and play. You didn't have to go through 3 hours of stupid cutscenes and
You wouldn't want to.
Stuff.
So you would rather sit there and read about how to play the game than learn how to play the game by playing the game.
yeah. No. The tutorial isn't learning how to play by playing the game. It's you get into the game, stuff's happening, then the screen freezes. Press this button to do a thing. Like, okay, I get it. Press this button to do this other thing. Okay, just let me play the game. I read the manual. I get it.
Do you need to do the tutorial? No. Oh, no. Yes. No, I read the manual.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it should be. Because people who read manuals are better than other people. Anyway, that is a mountain. What is your mountain?
That is not a mountain.
It is
That's
absolutely.
such a molehill. It's embarrassing that you brought it in.
The toilet.
It's such a
Yeah,
waste.
go on.
Okay. My second mountain for this week is traffic light parkers.
What?
Traffic light parkers. The people who are too distracted to go on the green light that finally you have to sit there and go, this guy's not going, it's green. Doot doot.
Yeah.
And they go, thank you, drive through, and then the light's red.
Yeah, that's my. Whoa, you take way too long to toot the person.
No,
in
I
front of you.
toot. I
Like
toot.
if they've not moved after like half a is green, their brake lights are still on.
How did you not know it was us?
Yeah,
It's the people who are sitting on their phones,
Yeah.
and they're too busy reading their text messages, and you beep, and even like you beep a few times because their music is blaring and they're trying to change the song and they can't work out where to go.
Yeah.
This is a mountain of a problem, and I'm not saying
No,
that.
they
No,
don't
no, 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 no,
experience
no,
it
no, no,
enough
no,
for
no.
it to be a mountain.
You can't say I don't deal with it enough.
No one does. It's those are annoying, but it doesn't happen that often. So it's like, that's a bit annoying.
But when it does happen, it fucks your day up.
It's like the worst, and not just the fact that they go when it's green, or like they take a second. It's the fact that they go, don't realize they have to go, and the light's a really short one.
Yeah.
And you get the red.
That sounds like one very annoying specific thing that happened once ever to you.
It did. But it's a light. It's a.
How late were you running already that having to wait for a light one more time?
Okay.
made
I'll
you late?
let me set the scene.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a nice sunny day.
Yep.
It was a nice sunny day.
Oh, I get the scene. I
Okay.
get why it's annoying.
Hang on. Work was busy.
Yeah.
Your lunch, your muesli bar was the wrong flavour, and your kid accidentally opened it already, tasted it, took a bite, realised he didn't like it, closed it back up.
Yeah.
You grabbed that one. The nuts, the almonds are pre-sucked.
They used to have chocolate on them, but now they don't.
Oh, I see.
Okay, and you're tired. You're tired. You've had so much happen.
Yeah.
Finally, you're at the red light going, just can't wait to get home.
Yeah.
And then the light goes green and you go, oh, thank God, I'm just around the corner. This guy's not going. Beep, beep. Come on, bud. It's been a crappy day. I want to get home.
Yeah.
Oh! They wave.
Yeah.
They drive. Fucking red again.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I get it.
You don't get it.
And what you've experienced, and which is a mountain, it's not
Okay, it's a mountain,
this week.
yes.
No. What is a mountain is you've had a day of molehills. Molehill, 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 molehill. Then that final molehill feels like a mountain. It
Okay,
isn't.
let me
but
give
it
you
is a
another
molehill.
day.
No, that's enough days.
He forgot to mention that earlier that day he'd gone to Woolies and there was some bitch and her kids all over the aisles.
Yeah, that's just dozens. That's just a string of molehills that made the
All right.
last molehill feel like a mountain. It wasn't, though.
You're driving home. You've had the best day of your life. You kind of need to wee.
Yeah,
Traffic light Parker.
yeah.
Where are they? Where are they in the molehills? They're not. They're on mountains. They are the mountains.
I've never had this problem because I would have gone to a public toilet before I hopped in the car.
Oh, you dick. You mother.
Would you like to know my final mountain, or you got more?
I'm a
on
little
this
angry.
Pretty simple.
I'm a
Molehill.
little angry that you don't take this seriously.
I take it. It's a pretty serious molehill. I'll give you that.
Yeah, no, it's a mountain.
Okay. So, okay. Are you ready?
I've been ready.
Okay, I'm going to set the scene. Okay. Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father. Bruce Willis was dead the whole time during Sixth Sense. Well, not the whole time, but after the intro. He was dead.
I mean, I think
The main thing, the twist is he was dead.
Okay,
Dumbledore dies at the end of Harry Potter.
I haven't seen that.
Also, it wasn't at the end, technically.
Okay, Dumbledore dies at some point in Harry Potter.
That's more accurate, thank you.
These are spoilers. What I hate are people who treat every little detail about any movie as a spoiler.
So not the spoilers itself.
Yeah.
The
So,
spoilers
like,
not an issue.
I understand that, like, big spoilers, they are a problem.
Yeah.
The people who treat minor, like they know anything about the movie, they think that's a spoiler and they get outraged about it, those people are a problem.
Do talk to people about movies?
Sometimes.
Like, do you ever sit there and go, "Oh, remember that bit?" Like as a kid, you used to, but now it's like, "Did you see that movie? Yeah, it was good. Yeah."
But now even like if someone mentions, "Oh man, bloody new Spider-Man, he gets a new costume. It's so cool." I don't want to know the spoiler that he gets a new costume. Like that's not a spoiler.
The spoiler is the big twist.
Yeah, knowing things that happen in the movie is not a problem.
Yeah, I agree.
That is,
But it's like
having the big twist spoiled is a spoiler.
I thought you were gonna say spoilers of the mountain.
No.
Which would make sense.
The mountain is people who think knowing anything about a movie they haven't watched is a spoiler. And getting all irate about it.
Okay. So it's basically like giving any context to the film that they haven't seen
is a spoiler.
Okay, so watching the trailer is a spoiler.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
I don't know it. They seem to be okay with watching the spoilers, the trailers.
Which always has the
But if
funnest
they know
bit.
anything about it, they know, oh, this other character's in it. That was a spoiler.
Yeah.
I'm so annoyed. I was going to watch that this weekend.
The trailer doesn't ruin the big twist. Though.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
These
neither
people,
does the change of costume
these
No.
that they
people-
see in the trailer.
These people treat those tiny little hints at what's going to happen in the movie as a spoiler. And those people are mountains.
That's so dumb.
That's ridiculous. This is a stupid mountain. Sorry.
It is a mountain. Those people are the worst.
It's not even a molehill. This is just like a slight mound.
This is I don't even You know what is a mountain of a problem? Getting rid of a molehill. I looked it up. Apparently it's really difficult.
Well, it's fine. Let's not
That's
talk
another
about that
mountain
because that's
for
a
a
future
molehill.
mountain.
Yeah.
All right. So, as a recap, your first mountain,
Public toilets.
public toilets.
Yeah. Number 2.
My mountain
Number 2.
was
After.
number 2's. No. Was people who don't read the manual.
Instruction manual.
So dumb.
Uh,
So dumb. That is the worst.
those people are
It's
the worst.
how does that inconvenience you at all? At all. How is that a mountain of a problem? Because they don't quite get it.
Because because it's not just like the toaster or whatever. If they don't read the manual,
Come on. Build it out. Climb it.
if they don't read the manual on how to build your house and you buy their house and the house falls on your head, that's because of someone who didn't read the manual.
I'll tell you
Go
what.
on, moving on.
Builders
Your turn.
have 4 years of tech and 4 years apprenticeship. And
of
then
manual reading on how to build a house. Go on. What was your one again?
Building houses for dummies.
What was your next
that's one fun looking barbecue.
What was your last mountain?
My last mountain was traffic light parkers.
Traffic light parkers. And I'm going to name my last one. Sensitive spoiler crybabies.
I like it.
That was Mountain Molehill segment. You guys ready for peg face? For that of the week, we are putting as many pegs on our face as we can in 30 seconds.
I was going to bring this in a really fun way, but that's fine. We can do it that way.
Forget what I said. Do your thing.
Today, our challenge is to peg each other.
Wait. What if we have to put pegs on each other's faces in 30 seconds?
Oh, that's terrible. What if you hurt me?
Yeah, okay, let's not do that. You can't peg it to your beard because that's cheating.
Yeah, you can't peg it to your hair.
Yeah.
Or moustache.
Okay.
All right, but it is I want as many in a minute. Okay.
Not 30 seconds?
Not 30. Do you have a timer on your?
I can do the timing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. And do we do it at the same time or do we do it separately?
At the same time.
I think Can you keep the pegs in the... No, I don't know. Does it say keep the pegs in the bucket? Because when you take them off your face, you're going to want to count them. You don't
Yeah,
wanna
that's
get-
okay.
Yeah, we can count them later.
Yeah,
But
so, I mean,
they'll be on
I'll
our face.
pull them off.
Why is this one slimy?
So it's already pegged it.
There might be a few that we've pegged. All right, so it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna need
All right.
ears are okay because they're part of your head.
Okay.
Ears are okay.
Eyebrows.
Nose. Yeah. It does hurt a little too. Just a heads up.
Yeah, I bet.
Okay, tell us.
Ready?
30
Set.
seconds or a minute? A minute's a
Minute.
long...
I'm
okay.
doing a minute, just so you know. Or 5, you won't be able to tell the difference anyway. All right, ready, set, go.
Oh my god. You look good.
Yeah, I was thinking mouth, but
You saw the good stuff on it?
then, yeah, when I saw the slime, I was like, no, thank you.
At least it's Kev's own slime.
Oh. I got an eyelid.
Oh,
Oh, there's a lot of things in here. Oh, that's so uncomfortable. Oh. Gosh, how long do we have?
10 seconds left. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop!
Oh, God.
God, you guys look dumb.
Oh, it hurts so much.
okay. So keep your pegs so you can count them.
Oh, it hurts. And because it's so cold down here.
Oh, that feeling as you take them off, though. That one was on my
You dropped
face.
one down there. That only because there's a couple on the floor.
Yeah.
So there's one of Jed's.
I'm going to get these out of the way so I started to hook them.
Oh, you mean like I suggested at the start?
Oh.
Oh, that feels so good to take them
Oh.
off, so...
Do I still have one? I do.
Yeah, it feels like they're still there after you take them off, too.
So much. It's so uncomfortable. I was really impressed that you got them on your chin.
Yeah, I wasn't sure that would
you-
work,
you-
so...
You get marks and stuff.
Yeah, I bet. Okay, 1, 2, 1 on the ground. So that's 4. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
23. Okay, that's impressive. Oh, I wonder. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
Yes! I'm the peg king!
Oh, feel like I just got pegged. How did you?
Dad of the week.
Where did you fit
I'm
them all?
the best pegs all over my face. I had heaps on my eyebrows, my ears, and then my chin.
Yeah, okay.
He was pegging his hair to his ear as well.
Yeah, I did.
Like,
Yeah, okay.
it wasn't only a hair peg, I will confirm.
No, that's
They were,
okay.
like,
Yeah.
over it.
Yeah.
Although, because I did peg my hair to my ear, I couldn't get another peg in on top because my hair was in the way.
Okay. I found the lips was like a lot of fun.
That was my first thought, was the lips. Then when I found the slimy peg, I'm like, not doing lips.
It doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
I don't know which ones I licked, so that'll be a surprise for someone.
For the next person who does this challenge.
Okay.
Hey kids, we're having fun tonight.
So our next challenge, we're doing a big kind of bunch of challenges. Because it will be our 6 months of recording next episode.
We have been Dad vs Dad for 6 months, which I think is a pretty great achievement.
Yep.
I've loved every single week catching up and doing this.
Oh,
and
it's been so much fun.
I know there's been some dud episodes and dud times and stupid challenges, but
You should
I've
save the big
loved it.
speech for next episode.
Okay, thank you.
Because, big special challenge episode. I think we should do challenges all throughout. So we start with like a challenge, do another challenge, and whoever wins that will be the best dad.
Yep.
We might call it of season 1.
Of season 1, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and I am quite in the lead, so I do have a 5-point head start.
In saying that, we have had many episodes where we haven't had a challenge. So the challenges next week will be point based on each one.
Yeah, so every challenge we do will be an extra point.
Yes.
We will do enough challenges that Kevin can get into the front and win, probably by quite a bit, so that we still, anyway.
It's almost like Dad Olympics. It's really fun.
It'll
I'm
be
very
Dad
excited.
Olympics.
Yep.
I'm very excited to be finally crowned greatest dad.
Well done for doing 6 months.
There will be a prize and a punishment.
Yeah. Oh, God.
It's going to be great.
It's so hard to think that I'm going to get punished, and I don't want to
You
be.
might win. Like, you do start with a disadvantage for my being a better dad up until this point, but you could come around and become the better dad.
Did you mark a dad?
Yep.
Yeah, you did. Cool.
At the moment, you are the worst dad.
Yeah. I haven't said that for a while.
Oh, yeah.
For all those times,
Call me great for putting a peg on my face.
Jeremy,
Yes.
you have a very fun-shaped head
Thank you.
that can find placement for a lot of pegs. It also helps that we're a bit overweight.
Yeah.
There's a
so
lot
we
of
can-
like extra skin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thanks.
You are a great dad.
And a great pegger.
Could be the best dad.
Thank
Don't know
you.
about the pegs. I will find out next week if I'm the worst dad ever.
Yeah. Well, I'll be devastated if I'm not the best dad ever.
I hope this is the tire challenge all over again. That would be great.
Yeah.
And moving forward, I think what we'll do is... Do we want to mention that?
Yeah. So we'll be having Dad of the Month. We'll have a big challenge every month.
Yep.
We might have smaller challenges in between.
But they won't determine Dad of the Week. It's just versing each other at things.
It'll go towards Dad of the Month somehow. We'll work it all out later.
Yep.
But for now, that's how it's going to be. And right now, I need to pee. And then I'm going to weigh myself in the nude.
Let's go and urinate.
Okay.
You feel less weighted?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to go first. I've got to do... So, last week, I was one of my highest weights at one... Last week, I was at one of my higher weights of 137. Weight loss is doing well. All right. Okay, you're going to have to read it.
Can't see it over your belly. 136.3.
Hey, a loss.
A loss of 700 grams. Not bad.
136.
Getting ever so closer to your starting weight. All right, let's see if I've gone back under 100. I might have put on weight. Let's see.
All right. Let's do it. $101.4. Down from 102.
So I lost 600 grams. You are the least fat dad.
How much did I lose?
What was that? 101 point.
What 137. Where's it?
What was it? 101.4?
Give me a second. Yeah, 101.4.
Yeah, so you lost 700 grams. I lost 600 grams.
Well done. I need to defat myself. Check this. I'm the least fat dad.
Congrats, you are.
Oh.
You are winning. Oh, this challenge is working.
All right, so next week will be, because we're doing like end of season 1, the 6-month period.
Yeah.
Loser has to eat a cake. A whole cake. We might do the weigh-in early on the app. Sound good?
Yep, probably.
So, so if you like this content, you can watch us at Dad vs. Dad at patreon.com/Dad vs. Dad.
Yep. And if you'd like to see other stuff, what?
You could search us on YouTube or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Dad vs. Dad podcast.
Yeah, you can find a link to our YouTube there, where we have the mountain or molehill segment all on its own. If you want less of us, just a short package, or if you're not subscribed to the Patreon and would like to watch the video of mountain or molehill.
We will be slowly putting out the older episodes.
Oh, yeah. So the Patreons have voted and graciously given our audio listeners access to the full video episodes. They'll be releasing 2 episodes a week.
Yeah. So you can find them through the Facebook page or the Patreon, or you can find them wherever.
Yeah.
We'll work it
There'll
out.
be links to them on our Facebook page.
It'd be great to get some emails in. Remember, you can email us at dadversedadpodcast@gmail.com and just give us any stories, parenting stories, things that we suck at doing, things that we're great at doing.
Yeah. Some more feedback would be good. We don't hear much of anything except for from mom and dad.
Yep. And yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you to all of our Patreons who have supported us so far. It is awesome. And anyone who's listening to the pod, it does mean a lot that you're jumping on board and showing it around. Feel free to show anyone you think that might enjoy it. There's a few hairy episodes in here, I think.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. All right. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and being a part of this. We enjoy doing it every week.
It is a lot of fun. Next week's going to be crazy. I am looking forward to that. Just basically an endless stream of challenges.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Bye, Hungries.
We're dads.
How good was that?
That's pretty good.
2 brothers.
Daddy, Dad.
We have a boxing card with jokes in. They're dad jokes. 100 of the most cringy jokes. This was given to us by a dad. A stepdad, who is also a dad.
He's
A real dad. He spawned children and he married into children. He's a bother.
And yeah, he gave us dad jokes. They're good jokes. I think these are the ones we did last week. So
Some of them will be, but not all of them. We didn't read 100.
But I put them all at the back. You just grabbed from the back.
And then shuffled them.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So just read it before you read it out loud, and you'll know if it was one we read the other week or not.
If you hadn't shuffled, what's the bet I can find that funniest joke? Nope.
The one I just did.
No, the one that I just did.
Alright.
The Mark one. Oh, Jeremy, I thought I pushed that button and it...
I did ages ago.
Well, then I pushed
Stopped
it. I pushed it as well.
There we go.
What can I say except fuck ya? Man, yeah. I watched
One of
the
these
second.
cards is not like the other one. It's bigger.
It's the Joker.
Like you can feel that it's bigger than the
No,
other
gimme.
cards. Yeah,
You're
the
wrong.
other one in the middle. It's bigger.
In the middle?
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Bigger.
Should we find out what card it is?
Hi, Hungries.
What do you call a bear without any teeth?
Hi,
A
Hungries.
gummy bear.
You did that
Hi,
one last week.
Hungries.
Yeah, we did that one last week.
Are you energized?
Brr.
Hi,
wait.
Yeah, I tried to tell him last week that he always rushes.
He is Russian.
Very rushed through the podcast.
Thanks for noticing.
Just enjoy it.
I am enjoying it by rushing to my next favorite bit, which is the greeting. I'm just always excited about the next bit.
All right. So I would like you to do the greeting as if Yoda was saying it.
Hungry's high. He's not excitable though. Hungry's,
Dad versus dad.
Hungry's high.
Where?
Let's not do it like Yoda. Let's do it normal. Hi, Hungries.
Oh, now I'm stuck on Yoda. All right, yeah, go.
Hi, Hungries.
This is the Dad vs. Dad podcast.
We're dads.
Fuck.
And we're dads. We are dads.
Let's start again.
Hi, Hungries.
What? No.